Okay, this is Black Re-Education TV, where we're stepping back from the brink towards a more meaningful future. With our theme verse being, Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. So if your ancestors were scattered via the transatlantic slave trade or the Mohammedan Arabic Islamic slave trade, then you are the children of Almighty. Sunini Nanini Samandla, the mighty one of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Oh yes, Black history. The study of the Bible is Black history. And so you're welcome tonight. Welcome to the show. Welcome. Share the link to everyone. And let somebody know tonight that you are connected to the show. We give him all the praise. We give him all the glory. We give him all the honor because he is due all the praise and all the honor. Oh yes, share the link and text a friend. And after the show, make sure you follow us on all the channels. It is on Telegram Live, it is YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and the recording is uploaded on Bantu. You are welcome tonight to the show. All praises to Almighty Sunini Nanini Samanda. We give him all the praise and all the glory.
Waking up the Bantus from sea to sea. Black Education TV. Waking up the Bantus from sea to sea. Black Education. You'll be judged on doctrine you believe. Every idle word that you say. So as you are evil, help the blind man see, and he will show you mercy. A foolish man will imagine a vain thing. A righteous man will lift his voice and sing to the name of the Most High, King of Kings, Titan Zombie, our caller, the Holy One, the Bantu Father, the Almighty. Through the years we have tried to get along, but in these streets we're dying. Pretty soon we'll believe in Babylon. Oh, and there'll be no more crying. In just 1 hour, Babylon will fall. Don't fear, my people. Keep faith in who you call. Kalimo, the Most High, King of Kings, Titan Zombie, Arcana, the Holy One, the Bantu Father, the Almighty. I am that I am. I am. I am. I am that I am. I am. I'm shining bright. Come to the light.
Yeah, man. Leviticus 26:7-8. And you shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword. And 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight. And your enemies shall fall before you by the sword.
In just 1 hour, Babylon many, not many, so 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 many, not many.
Every time we begin to say who we are, we're being told when we say we are the chosen, we're being told that we are anti-Semitic, to shut us down. But this time, the long time, this time, the been before time.
This is what I have to say, and I think you will agree. There is someone who's been running around, claiming to be you and me. And now, there's no compromising. It won't be stopped. The awakening is real. There's no compromising. And we don't care how you feel. Trust, hear, and understand. We're simply speaking true. We're exposing that fake holy land and gathering all the proof. We are not claiming to have found everything, but the Most High helps us remember. Just like He opened up our eyes and showed our New Year's in September. We don't live in fear. We're not on our own. Shinike Modimo will never leave us alone. There's no more picking the fruit from off of the vines. It's time that we draw the line. The time has come to use the gifts the Most High gave to you. Stand up, stake your claim, bear the fruit. No more going to the nations to beg or plead. So many, not any, who bring them down to their knees. Their noses in the air, and they're still walking tall. But pride comes before a fall. Now we'll see what comes about, unless we do forget. The Most High commands a righteous move, and Bantu, we're up next.
Okay, greetings tonight once more in the precious name of our Father, Almighty Sunini Nanini Samandla. He is the mighty one of Abraham, the mighty one of Issachar, and the mighty one of Jacobi. We thank him tonight for his goodness. We thank him for his steadfast love that never ceases, his mercies that never comes to an end. And so tonight, once more, welcome to those who are joining in Facebook, three Facebook channels. Um, Joining from Black Education TV, UK Bantu Exodus, Caribbean Bantu Productions, our brothers in the Eastern Cape and in Portugal. Welcome as we join as well on Telegram. I think on Telegram for now is going to be the audio, but the video is coming very soon. We give all the praise and all the thanks to our Father. Once more, it's the new series, Africa is the Holy Land. And if you thought you saw something last night, tonight is going to be better. Hallelujah. So we have the scribe group with us once more, headed by Brother Nathaniel and all the other members, Sister Empress, Brother Majumbi, Brother Greg, our brother in South Africa. But all of them will not be joining. But the information presented is a group presentation showing the world for the first time what Sunini has revealed to us. Japheth, son of Noah, E1B1A, same DNA with Sub Saharan, enlarged in the earth. Tonight we look at his marker, how we know it's Japheth, and why the nations wanted him. They wanted him to be their father because they knew that at some point we're going to realize what has happened and what they have done. They wanted Japheth to be their father because he has been in the lands that they occupy now, and he has left his marker there. Marker that is so profound that no one will be able to question it. Hallelujah. I was listening to a video today, and the guy was almost saying it, but he could not make the connection. But what he noted is that the pyramids are the same all around. Japheth's marker, it's all around the same thing. Tonight we're going to see that. I want to welcome Brother Nathaniel here tonight once more as we continue to present the pyramids of Japheth around the world, part 2. This is Japheth, son of Noah. Yes, we give all the praise and all the thanks to Almighty Sunini Nanini. Hallelujah. And so welcome, Brother Nathaniel. Welcome to the show once more.
Hey, Elder, can you hear me?
Very clearly, very clearly, very clearly. All right. So last night was introduction, and tonight we're going to take it a little deeper.
Yes.
As we get a better understanding of who Japheth is and what is the mark of Japheth around this world. Sitting in plain sight, hidden by Europeans. They always knew this story, but they hid it. And every time we think that, okay, we have uncovered all the lies now, let's just cruise. No, you can't. Every single thing that you think you knew and that was recorded in books by Europeans is a lie. It is a lie. See, why is it that they never wanted us to know the truth? Because when we know the truth, we'll be sitting right up in the front seat, in the front pew, and there'll be no space for the liars. It's happening. It's still happening. Hallelujah. Okay, Brother Daniel. Let's do a little refresher. If I can just share again the slides, and if we just run back very quickly from the top as we come down to this wonderful, glorious piece, as we continue to reveal the word of Sunini Nani. Hallelujah. Okay, so here we are. We are looking at everybody that represents Japheth, every child of Japheth, sitting in plain sight in front of us, not just the ones on the continent, but the ones that have been enlarged in the earth. You want to tell us again from the top there, top left?
Yes, there in the top left, we have an Inuit man from Alaska, Eskimo man. from Alaska there. That would be in the
Nice
North
Japheth
America.
in Alaska. Nice
Yes,
Japheth in
Japheth in
Alaska.
Alaska. Yes. And then
Wow.
moving down to North America, we have Blackheart here, Native American, not Native Indian, Native American
Oh,
of
because he
North
got fed.
America. Right.
Because he got fed, they call him an Indian. Columbus decided he was an Indian. You know,
Right.
and Amerigo Vespucci probably did the same.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And then we have the Olmec head from South America
Yep.
there. And
This.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Negroid features, very
I
strong.
like the nose and the lips. They kind of look like mine.
Yes.
Is this the one that resemble what am I, isn't it?
What am I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wonder why he travels all the time, right?
Yeah. It's in him. Wow.
Yeah. So and we know through you said you had the book they came before Columbus, right?
Columbus, yeah, but and the man is from my country, you know, Dr. Ivan van Sertima. He's from my country, and he had another book that was interesting to me, was Nile Valley Civilization. So I was doing a little bit of peeping around today. So I went to Aswan, and in the continent there. I'm just pulling that book out here. Yeah, they came before Columbus. Right,
Yes. And
go
so
on.
it's recorded, right, that our especially our people there in West Africa, they traveled. They had ships. They took the sea and landed over here in South America, and so that's why you find these Olmec heads there. Um, I mean, the heads of Japheth is everywhere.
Yeah.
The pictures, the artifacts, just more proof of that of him being enlarged in the earth.
Of course, of course. I was just looking for the book, but I can't see it in my library. I can't see it in my library there. They came before Columbus. Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so I mean, it's just amazing that they always call it discovery, right? They
Yeah.
discovered, but we
And then,
but it's a
go on.
discovery for them.
Yeah. Yeah. When they got there and they saw evidence that black, it's the same behavior Columbus did. Saw black people were there before they got there, whoever they found there, and were telling them that no, you're not for us here. There's some people that we met here. They came before us. They said, let's kill you so you can talk that story. And so they murdered those people that they found on the land, like Columbus. They give them blankets with smallpox and they poison them out and kill them out. But this is a seed of Japheth that is enlarged in the earth. Wow.
Yes, and then we have the Incas, but a picture I don't have here is the Mayans, but they all the same family
Yeah.
and everything. And then we have the Sudanese, the third picture down at the bottom from the left,
The children of Babylon.
Sudan.
Yeah. Well, before it
Yes,
was Sudan, it was Babylon. This was the land of Cush.
Babylon, correct.
Yeah, the land of Cush, which is
Yes.
son of Japheth, which is Nimrod's father, was Cush. You see? Yeah.
And then we find
Okay.
Yafet there in the next picture in Europe with
Okay.
the
That
with the Ethiopian features.
yeah, the two picture and the other one, they look alike. Yeah. Wow.
Yes, and the
Oh,
far
Europe. Europe
the
must be
far
shaking.
right, and then the far right we have the two pictures there, the lady there and Ethiopian man. They're both Ethiopian,
Yeah.
and the features are very distinct.
Yes. I like this one at the end, bottom right. He looks just like the picture with Japheth in Europe here. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Same head shape, same hairstyle with the afro.
And the skull feature as well, if you see the pressed down kind of skull features that is there.
Yeah, and the nose, right?
The nose, the forehead, the slim down cheeks, and the broad top of the head. Wow.
Yes.
And this is the same man up there, the Eskimo. You see? He's the same version of that same man there. They all make it
Yes.
slightly different, but that Eskimo and this Ethiopian is the same. Okay. Go on.
Yeah. Japheth. And then we have right above the Ethiopian, we have the Aboriginals from Australia.
Australia. Okay, this one here. Okay.
And then above that we have the China.
Okay. So the black people in China. Before
Yes.
the Chinese became Chinese, the black people were there before them. Wow.
Correct. Correct. Now, Elder, now I just noticed that, you know, the here the Egyptian man here with the headdress
Yeah.
to the left. He he looks like Michael Jackson when he was
Yeah.
younger.
Yeah.
You see the resemblance
Yeah. 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 It's there.
before Michael Jackson went through those changes, right?
Mm-hmm. The young version of Michael
The
Jackson.
young version, the DNA don't not lie.
But you know what these people have done, and this is when I talk about the subplot. You see the same image we're talking about here, that look like Michael Jackson. Yeah.
Hmm.
Notice the eye, because the eye is one side of the face is being taken. They magnify this eye so big and make so much out of the eye that we lost track of the face. We only see the
Yes.
eye. This is what Europe has been doing. They magnified that minor so that you miss the major.
Yes.
And that's why we got stuck up here. So when we said that Japheth was on the continent and that Japheth and Shem are brothers, and that they are both black and white, the Jasper, Japheth, and the sardine stone, according to Revelation, Shem. People were saying, oh no, they're taking it too far. They're stretching it now. But look what has turned out here in time. So Nini waited for the opportunity when we are ready for this and then present us. Here is great uncle Japheth. He is sharing your DNA. Because I always remember the conversation on Ramses III, right? They're saying Ramses III got Sub Saharan DNA. Who is he? Is he Joseph? Is he that? He has got the same DNA with every other child of Noah, because Japheth is Noah's son, and Noah and his children can only produce black and brown people. They cannot produce white people. So when Europe took Shem and Japheth off the continent and stuck Ham on the continent and moved Japheth and Shem to become Europe and Arabs, right? They knew that this day was coming when Sunini will reveal. He was watching at them and laughing at them. And when they opened the DNA book, what did they see? All black and brown people originated from Noah, and the others don't.
Yes.
Sad. It is sad that they lied about it. They could have opted for what is written in the book of Romans, being grafted in as a wild olive branch. But now they wanted to boast themselves against the root of the natural olive tree. Anyhow, let's go in. Okay.
So the prophecy, right, concerning Japheth and Shem. Here, what it says here in verse 17, and Nama conceived and bare a son, and he called his name Japheth, saying, Sonini has enlarged me in the earth. And she
So
conceived again.
Okay.
And
If
she,
we pause,
yeah, go ahead, Elder.
piece by piece. So Japheth means to be enlarged in the earth.
Yes.
But we missed that, isn't it? We were reading But then Japheth, his name, like the Bantu people, their name have the meaning. Sonini has enlarged me in the earth. That's the one that's going to go all over the earth and leave his mark of enlargement that I've been here. My name is Japheth. I've been here.
Yes.
This is
Exactly.
my mark. This is the evidence of me. Okay, go on. And she,
And she conceived again and bare a son, and he called his name Shem, saying, So Nina Nini has made me a remnant to raise up seed in the midst of the earth.
okay. So Japheth is going to go there, maybe mix up his seed as well with beans that he would have found there. But the remnant is in Shem. And inside of Shem, the remnant was called in Abram, Issachar, and the Kobi.
Yes.
So you see, this is the power of what they did. They translated, they twisted, but they did not understand the substance of this story. And so now the story is being revealed. Hallelujah.
Yes, and Elder, now since yesterday we haven't. I mean, haven't, but we haven't really talked about Ham, but
Much.
it's because we have found that in the book of Jasher, Nama is not conceiving any other sons.
Hmm.
For two,
So
and
they have
then
to remember.
right, and then in chapter 5, before the flood came, there
You
was
play
no
what?
mention of Ham.
Hmm. You're getting an echo, right?
I'm not.
Okay, I
Is there
thought
an
I
echo?
heard you. Okay, that's better now. Mhm.
Oh, okay. And so, but like you said last night, all of a sudden he appears in Ham. I mean, Ham appears in the genealogy in chapter 7 of Jasher. 2 whole chapters
Mhm.
from
He
5
suddenly appears.
to 7. So not so basically, according to the book of Jasher, Nama only conceived 2 sons.
Yeah.
Cause that's what it,
And they inserted the third one and then put him on the continent. So
yes.
they can move these two off the continent because they know that these two children, their DNA must be the same and they must be together. One will stay in the center of the earth, the midst of the earth, to raise the remnant, and the other one will be spread abroad.
Right.
And if they get two of them off the continent, then the only one that is stable on the continent is Ham. And the Japheth and Shem now become Europe and Arabs and Syrians and all kinds of story.
Yeah, and the way they do it, Elder, is I call it, they piggyback on the prophecies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They know these principles. They cause the principles of Sunday 92 work for them, right? Because like for instance, remember when Miss Sendici said that he who is servant among you shall be
Who
your
you,
master.
yeah, who you want to be master should be a servant, isn't it?
Servant, right? And so but see how they used it,
Yeah,
because they made through Ham Canaan to be servant.
yeah,
So they used that principle to put themselves above, right, as
yeah.
master. He's
Yeah,
got
that's why I call reverse psychology.
right. It's
Yeah.
like back engineering prophecy, right?
That's it. Reverse engineering. That's the principle. When the sauce is done, you pick it up and you go and reverse the whole principle to see how it operates. And then
Yes,
you bring it out now and you say, look, I made this. When in fact you copied it. You can't make
yes.
it. It didn't originate with you. You twisted it and you found out how it operates, and then you claim that you were the architect of it. And this is what Europe did.
Mm-hmm.
So wherever they go now and find the evidence and the prophecy, they invent the prophecy, reinvent the prophecy to make it applicable to them.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's Sister Empress available because she found a reference in the Book of Giants concerning this as well.
Okay. The book of John,
No, the Book of the Giants.
the giants. Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome,
She's
Sister Empress. Welcome.
Hi,
welcome, sister.
Senpai. How are you doing? Yes, King
Gigi.
Nathani. We did find where the giants, the fallen angel that were doing all these treacherous things on the land, they had visions of the coming flood and what is about to happen. So in the book of Giants, it will be on the third page. It went in details saying that there was this massive flood, right? They had this vision where there was a tablet inscribed with several names on it, and it was immersed in water. And after it
Mhm.
was pulled up out of the water, only three names were remaining on it, not four, not eight, and not six. If six was on it, then we could assume that it was referring to Noah, his sons, and the wives. It didn't have eight to say that it was Noah, three sons, and four wives. It said only three names, which indicate that it was counting the wife with the husband as one, but only three names. Which and the only person that came out of we are sure Noah came out of the flood, right?
Mhm.
And his sons. So the fact that
Mhm.
out of the three, one would be counted onto Noah, it means the remaining two would be his sons.
Yes.
If he had three sons,
Japheth.
then the
Yeah.
amount would have been four and not three.
Mm,
So
mm.
that's a very vital bit of information. You know, when they do their inserts, their eyes will never be open enough in order to remove all truth. There will always be a breadcrumb that will lead us back to the divine truth.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
interesting.
So it's
Wow.
very interesting. And there's another scripture elsewhere that also another version of the book of Giant that all it was actually two visions. So they had two visions. One was a tablet submerged in water. And then there was another vision about branches of a similar nature. And it both said it was three names or three branch that came up out of the disaster that was
Mhm.
released on the earth. Solely three names, which would be Noah and his sons.
Yeah. And you can see the term is an invention because why he ends up on the African continent producing black and brown people, right? And then these two now of Noah gone off into Eurasia. And then Noah stayed on the continent. And then the first man, they find say life begin in Africa. Where is the confusion with them? They're all over the place because they know that they're lying. But after tonight, they will stop. Hopefully,
Yeah.
they can't stop because there's the DNA that lies. They got it written into the program, written in the hard drive to lie, just to tell lies. Wow, interesting. Tell us some more about Hebrew Strong's H3315 again.
Yeah. So Strong's 833:15. Japheth. Um, Egypt equals or means Japheti in the Greek language, right?
in, in the Issacosa
I mean,
language.
it's the coastal language. The word Egypt is Greek
Yeah.
originally, but Egypt
Was used.
equals Japheti in the East Coastal
Okay.
language.
So they use Egypt to hide the word Japhet. So the two people they say Egypt, 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 but you don't know that that is the same word in the Issacosa language that means Japhet. I'm gonna do this thing to show people the Issakosa Bible tonight. Yeah. I'm going to use my famous verse when Abraham came up out of Egypt
Yes.
and he went straight into the south, And so I'm just getting up my getting up the Bible, which is the eSword. And anybody can do this if you want to check this out. The eSword is going to allow us a couple of translations. You can download the translations that you want, and then it will let you get to see what we're going to show you tonight. So this is Genesis. I want to go to Genesis chapter 3 chapter 13 verse number 1. We want to get the word Egypt in the picture. That's the word Egypt, yeah? Now this is the Issakosa Bible up there, yeah? And this verse is the one that said Abraham went up out of Egypt. So we could figure it out in the Issakosa. Let's go over there. That's the word we're looking for. Let me highlight it. And we go to the Issakosa Bible. See, that's the word that is put there in the Issakosa language for Egypt. Yapetu. This is the word that means Japheth. You see, this is how they hide it. Even to this Issakosa language has been played around with. You see, you get Yaputu, Yapet, Yaput, right? And then if you go to the Strongs, not the Strongs, let's do the Google. I know you have it there. Google Translate. And this is Greek. Like they know what we're going to talk about. They had it at Greek. So it's the Egypt is Greek. EYT. That's Egypt. And we want to put that in Issakosa language, which is this one. And you see what it did. You see? So the Greeks, when they make reference to Japheth, they said Egypt. They call him Egypt. That's what they did. So Brother Tan, you know what I did? I decided to look at all the lands northeast of Egypt and south of Egypt. And there's some pyramids there that is directly related to you see the similarity in the architecture and the design and the artwork.
Yes.
And then you see you can't beat it. If I'm drawing, if I'm the artist, you call me Picasso or one of them. And if I'm drawing, there is a mark that everybody will know that this is my kind of painting. You see? They will know that this is how I will draw. This is my mark. It could be rectangles. I might be using triangles and squares. Or sometimes I'll use horizontal lines and vertical lines in my drawing. For particular places, this is what I'm doing. You know that it's my style. So you get the same style throughout all the pyramids. The same architecture, artwork, design is following.
Yes.
It's Japheth's work. So all them land out northeast of Egypt belong not to Shem, but to Japheth. It's Japheth land. He's the one that is being spread abroad. So Japheth is going to be in China. Japheth is going to be in Indonesia. Japheth is going to, wherever Japheth goes, he left his mark. Like Picasso, he left his mark.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go back into this thing. This thing is nice. All right. Okay. So Egypt is Greek for Japheti. Japheti. That's Egypt Greek. And that's it. In I wonder what it would look like. Is any verse in the New Testament which was translated by the Greeks? Let's do this. Sorry, Bantu.
I know that's okay. Yeah, let's check it out.
This is interesting. Let's see a verse in the Bible that got to do with Egypt in the New Testament? Which
And
age?
Elder, while you're pulling that up, just something to add that King Majumbi had shared with me. I think it was yesterday. How interesting it is that the ancient Egyptians specifically would use the term remech, and the definition or that or what that breaks down to is also people, just as our Bantu means people. So it means people and mankind.
Which word is that?
Remech. Remech would be the ancient word that the ancient Egyptian used to address themselves, similar to how we use Bantu.
Okay. Wow. That's
Yes.
interesting.
So it would be pronounced Remech, but it's spelled RMT.
Okay.
So it's a
No.
term defined as analogous to ancient Egyptians. It means people or mankind, but was exclusively used to define themselves, which is the ancient Egyptian, and not other groups or nationalities.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so from a historical standpoint, they also know that they are from a lineage of righteousness in terms of from Noah. Even though
Mm.
they went astray and perverse a lot of stuff, they were still
Okay.
Noah's teaching initially.
Wow. Well, we see it here in the New Testament. This the word Egypt is the same one as the one in the Old Testament. So it's the same.
Yeah, they use
Yeah.
the same one word. They use the same
So
name.
the Greeks, so the Greeks and the Hebrews are messing around, isn't it?
Yeah, 'cause that should be a different word.
Yeah, because this word, they're hiding the word. See, they both handled all the languages. I wonder what it would look like in Yoruba language.
I think it's right there, Elder. You just had Ejibiti right there.
You see, if you take off the E, you get Jabiti. See, Jabiti.
Yeah,
See,
Egypt. See, you hear the sound, right?
yeah, you can get the Jabiti in there. The Jabiti. Is that Japheth? Is that Japheth song that they're hiding there? Wonder who else got that there. Let's see the original. No, it's not there.
Is not available.
What the Igbo is saying. Is he going to Syria?
To the left of that one.
Oh,
There you go.
his name Japet. Jip. You see that?
Wow.
Yes, I see it.
Yeah. Japheth.
So they hide Egypt. They hide Egypt. Like in every one of our languages. Let's see what the Hausa language will say. This is more on the Muslim side. It's gonna be hard to pick the one out here.
Here, yeah, I don't. Is it Masar? Tashi? Ubanjiji?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't see it there.
Let's see what Sifa is doing. See,
Yeah,
Sifa went from Misraim, which is this Greek as well?
Mitzrayim. That's a good question. Because I don't think.
Because this is the Greek, right? This is the New Testament. If we put that in Google Translate, let's see what will gonna happen if it's Greek. Let's see what will happen if we turn up as it.
Let's see.
Okay, it's actually the same. There's no Igbo here. Anyhow, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, this is live on Black Education TV, investigating the story of our ancestors. We give praise and thanks to Almighty Sunini Nanini for what he's doing.
That's
Hallelujah.
part of the awakening, deciphering these things.
Amen. Amen.
Right. Live research.
So people are seeing what we're doing, and they'll get a feel and appreciation for what happens behind the scene and the time that goes into this research. So Egypt is Japheti, that is Japheth. That land is the land of Japheth. And what is the mark in that land? The pyramids. Japheth built the pyramids. And that is what we are going to prove in a little while. All right? He is a son of Noah. He is carrying the same DNA with Shem, E1, B1, right? And it's the DNA that produced black and brown people. So Japheth is not a European. He is not the father of Eurasia. Them 7 sons that is listed by Josephus Day and others in Genesis chapter 10, Table of Nations, the name Japheth over European nation is wrong. That is not his children. But they did that to hide the architecture that they couldn't hide. That which he has built and left as evidence, which we will show tonight, they couldn't move that. So they move him with the evidence so that he will be in the same place with the evidence so they don't have to defend the evidence. All they have to say, we don't know. Oh, that must be thousands of years old. We don't know who built it. We don't know who put it there. Because they got Japheth now as their father. If you ever discover that Japheth is the builder, then they stand to gain. Because you have to say that Europeans built it. And you'll hear conversation like this. Oh, the Olmecs are mutation of white people. This is another obscure and disgusting conversation that is out there as well. That the Olmecs is a group of Europeans that mutated from being Europeans to black. And that the original was white, and then they mutated to black because they're hiding Japheth. This is after the flood. You know the thought that came to me, Brother and Sister Empress? Was
Yes.
some of these things built before the flood? Was
I had
some
that
of these
same question.
things
Yeah,
built before the flood? Because the flood would not have taken them down.
no, they would have withstand it because remember, after they get off the ark, trees would have been standing because that's how the raven found that olive
Yeah,
leaf. So there would have been
still
structures
around.
that would have still been there.
Yeah,
Post
because
the flood.
this is interesting. They could have been built before the flood. Some of them, because they're putting dates on them and they're putting the date beyond 6,000 years to 13,000, some of them saying. So if that is so, then when Sunini created his earth and then he said, fill it up, replenish it, fill it up with people, and then the flood take away people, some of these structures were already there. And we'll see. We'll come to it eventually. Let's go in. This was the evidence that we just showed, yeah?
Yeah.
That Egypt is Greek and Japheth is the Issachosa equivalent of Egypt. I always used to wonder, where is Japheth's land? We know Arphaxad got his land. That is Algeria. Elam got his land. We know that's Tunisia, right? And we know that Ashur operated out of West Africa. Aram operated out of West Africa. All right. But when we go to the east side, the Japheth side, we know Cush land. As we know, Nimrod built Babylon in the land of his father Cush, right? In the Sudan. But where was Japheth's land? Japheth's land was on the continent as well as off the continent. But you didn't get to see Japheth because they obscure his blackness and then begin to call him father of white people. Because if he's not the father of the white people, then where did they come from? Is another question. Not for this show, though, for another show. Let's go in. So Egypt is also Swahili Misri. And we were here last night. I think this is where we stopped. You want to pick it up from there, Brother Tanya?
Yes, yes. This is where we left off, where the land was originally called Kemet or Kermit or Kemet, which means people of the black land.
Wow. Wow. And that pictograph is telling you that.
Yes.
Yeah, and I rush to see that that is the same kind of shape on the top of that rock in the church that they carve in Ethiopia from the stone.
Yes.
You know that church? You see
Yes.
the top of it got that same cross in it. You just need to complete the circle and you'll
Right.
get that. And when Farini, this is interesting, when Farini went into the Kalahari looking for the temple, he saw a Maltese cross, which is something close to that again,
Mm.
on the ground. It's telling you that this family are builders. The children of Noah were not just sitting down idle and doing sacrifice and eating goat and sheep. They were the builders. They built stone in stone. It looked like Japheth, the older brother. He was carving in these stones. He was cutting out rocks. In Petra, that was his land. He cut out those rocks there. We're going to see some of that.
Yes.
Let's go in. Okay, go, Brother Nathaniel, the prophecy.
Yes. The prophecy given to Japheth, and he called his name Japheth, saying, Saninanini has enlarged me in the earth.
Wow.
You can go to the next one. So here we go.
This can be a mistake. This cannot be a mistake. So the pyramid in, I'm not going to pronounce the word in Mexico, is lining up with the pyramid in Egypt, and it's lining up with another pyramid in China.
Yes.
Who is doing this story? From east to west? From west to east? Or is one setting up, spreading abroad from his land in Egypt, in Africa, and he's spreading abroad to the east and to the west, like when Abraham went up to South Africa, so then he said to him, look to the east, but you stay on the land. Look to the west, look to the north, look to the south. All this land that you see, I give you. But here was Japheth now being spread abroad in the earth. So he is in East Africa, in Egypt, Northeast Africa, and he's spreading abroad to the east in China, to the west in Mexico. This is not a mistake. And his artifact is the pyramids. He is the builder. He is the master builder. He is the craftsman.
Wow.
He's not Freemason. You see, that's the secret they have there. They are hiding the fact that Japheth, son of Noah, black and brown people, are the builders of the pyramids on earth. They are hiding that. And then they're attributing it to Enki and Enil, the fallen angels, their ancestors. Yeah.
Yeah,
Explain,
and Elder, like I said, you know, we know pretty much that these land masses were closer than they were today.
Yes.
Right.
By
And that
far.
right. And that most likely these structures that we get ready to see here soon were already there before
The split.
Right.
Yeah, because the scripture says it was in the days of Peleg.
Was it Peleg or Eber?
In the days of the earth began to
The earth was divided.
Yes, was it Peleg or Eber?
I think it was Peleg.
Eber. Let me Google that. I want us to get that right. Let's see that.
Yes, during the time of Peleg that the earth was divided. It is in Genesis. So it's Genesis 10:25, and Chronicles, First Chronicles 1:19.
Okay, Genesis
10:25.
10:25. Let's go.
Yeah.
10:25. So it says it here. And unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his day was the earth divided. So that division took place in the life of Peleg, great great grandson of Shem, cousin to Japheth. We need to check and see how long Japheth lived. Because Eber lived a very long time, as well as Shem. We need to
Yes.
see how long Japheth lived. Because Japheth, he really expanded. So the conversation could be then, Brother Tanya, that when the earth was together, I want to get out of this. I probably need to just be, yeah. When the earth was together, close to each other, because we know that if you push South America into Africa, it's going to go, this tip here, this horn, is going to go straight into the bight of Benin, right back there and fit in. You see that tip there?
Mm-hmm.
Will go in there. Madagascar is going to go back and fit into Africa there. And so the distance from here and there might have been the same as from here to that one when it come back. This is interesting. So Japheth was harnessing the technology of the pyramid to leave his marker here. Wow. Let's go in some more.
Yes.
Go on.
All right. He called his name Japheth, saying, Selena Nini has enlarged me in the earth. He called his name Shem, saying, Selena Nini has made me a remnant to raise up seed in the midst of the earth.
Okay.
And
One
so,
is enlarged, and one is to
yes,
raise seed in the earth.
right.
In the middle.
And so this is just when I was going through this, I was just saying, like, Africa being the root and the other continents being the branches.
Yeah. That's powerful. That's powerful. Yes. So that is the center, and everything branch off from there,
Yes.
and everything got to come back to there, because that's the root.
Yeah, that's where you have that's the only place you're going to see your giraffes. I don't know any other place you'll find giraffes, but on the continent.
Yep. Unless they steal them and move them out, like to
Right, move
Europe.
them out.
Yeah. So those lines are pointing us to pyramids, you say?
Kind of, sort of. I was just using this as just give us a bigger picture
Okay.
of what's going on between with Shem and Yafet. Get sometimes you have to work the brain, massage the brain to look at things a lot different.
Yeah.
Because now you are going to get a world view of these prophecies that were spoken through Noah.
Yeah.
And so we see that Yafet's prophecy was concerning the enlargement of, of of him across the earth, concerning migration, concerning building, and different things like that. And then we're going to see, as we continue on, Shem's role in the whole scheme of thing as well.
Okay. Okay. Let's go.
All right.
This is trouble now.
This is the pyramids of South America.
There's a reading there at the bottom there.
Yes. So this is the one in Mexico that you saw in the previous map, right? That was for the far left. Teotihuacan. I believe this is the same name that was mentioned in the movie Wakanda.
Okay.
The second part, right?
Teotihuacan.
Right. Is that correct, Empress? Did you see the movie?
In what Tio, it sounds very similar at the
It
very
sounds
least.
similar, right?
At the very least.
Right. But it's this is the Mexican city here
Mexico
in South
City.
America. The Great Pyramid. Now get this, the Great Pyramid of the sun and moon.
Uh-oh. The sun and the moon.
Yes. And then if you keep going, say views on ancient city ruins of these pyramids valley, the road of the dead.
So the same conversation is being said about the pyramid of Giza and the other ones on the continent, telling you about the tomb of the dead. So they're directing us what to think, because they don't want to think of that there was a living man named Japheth that is responsible for these pyramids all the way from Africa in Egypt, where he started out, and he built these pyramids, every part of the earth as his mark on the earth. So they're telling us about the dead. Stay away from it, it's the dead. They're pulling out people's heart and eating it, is the dead. So Lucifer is presiding over death. He is claiming these things, basically, that all that happened here was about the dead, the road of the dead. They're killing people and eating their heart and pulling it out of their chest. Forget the rest of the story. Just remember that. You see how easy it is to blind the eye. You redirect the mind into a different location, or you tell the mind 1 + 1 is 5, and after a while, the mind will emit that error, but it becomes a truth to the person that is saying 1 + 1 is 5. Classical conditioning.
Yes. Yes. And Elder, you see now look how you see how big these are, right? You see this person here on the top of the second set of steps.
He's very little, man.
I think I'm seeing a few persons.
You see how small they are
Yes,
right
they're
there?
really,
Yeah,
really
the one up there
small.
is little.
Like an ant.
It's like an ant.
You know, the man was talking about this thing today, and he was saying this, it's this same one, the pyramid of the sun and the moon, right? That it takes the exact size of this base of this pyramid is the exact size of the base of the pyramid of Giza.
Mm.
It's the same builder. He brought his square and his compass over here. So Japheth has been hiding right in front of us, coming out from the continent, building these pyramids across the earth, leaving them. He was a builder, precision stone mason. You hear them using them words to us in Rosicrucian Freemasonry, stone mason. Look at the size of these boulders and how they have been put together there. He was a master craftsman. Wow. Let's go in. We got to come back to this. Let's go in.
Okay, so these are other pyramids that you'll find in South America. I think that's it, Sister Empress. The top left, the Temple of Kukulkan. That one. And then down below you have the Mayan temple ruins at Palenque. I think I'm saying it right. Palenque, Mexico. The Temple of the Inscriptions down the third one down on the left. And then the one here in the middle, the Pyramid of Niches.
Is
And
that
then
South
to
America?
was that Elder?
Is that in South America too? Yeah.
Yes, all these in South America.
The Temple of Kukulkan.
Yes.
The
I think
Mayan
I
temple.
think that's the one that's mentioned in that movie.
You
And
know,
then
before
Go
you
ahead,
go, you see the word that we try to pronounce there. That is the word that doesn't sound using the Issacosa clicks. Because the Issacosa clicks, oh, Sonini's book lost. Issacosa clicks comes from the,
I can hear it.
it comes from the Canaanites, the sons of Japheth, Canaan. They're the ones that came up south that influenced the Bantu East Coastal language there. That clicking comes from the Hittites and the Canaanites. So it is Japheth that spoke with the click.
Yes.
And they
Japheth,
was, yes, Ellie, they were speaking the Easy Coaster in the movie as well.
they got to, because they
Pronouncing
know
the,
what they're doing.
wow.
This Japheth spoke with the click, and that's why when they came, when Abraham went up south, and he met with those people, and when Joshua bring the children in, Naphtali, his children in KwaZulu Natal, right? They were speaking with the Zulu, speak with the click. The Swana people got some of the click. The Issakosa got some of the click, and nearly all the Bantu languages at some point they will use that clicking sound because they were influenced by their cousins Japheth on the continent. So that cluck cluck, they cook, it's cluck, it's a
The
clicking.
Kukulkan.
Cool. That's, oh, that sounds so, oh man.
There is Issakosa there.
Wow.
That is the root of it.
Kukulkan. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, somebody's going to come in the chat room. Somebody's listening to this show from South Africa. And you're going to tell us how you pronounce that. Pronounce it with a voice note. So we can
Right.
get that. Because that Ku, is that click.
It definitely got clicks. Yeah. Probably about 2 or 3 clicks is in that one word. Yeah.
Wow.
I can't wait for someone in the comments to
They will do it.
Right, they're gonna confirm it.
You'll see it.
right.
The temple
Because this
of
is
the great jaguar.
Yes, the Temple of the Great Jaguar, the top right there.
And the
And
one at the
then
bottom, the same one we saw before.
same
the
one we
big
saw
one.
before.
This
Right.
one. Oh, wow. No,
Yeah, just
so
side.
Japheth was in South America long before. And I tell you, no worldwide flood would have been able to take down this structure here, especially this one here. Nothing would move this.
Mm-mm.
That one wasn't intended to uproot anything that was formally built like this. Japheth would have built this temple. They would have been building long before. I can see the envy in the nations, the fake ones, when they see this kind of structures. The wisdom to do this is still demonstrated on the continent when you see a boy is going to pick up pieces of electric wire and make a radio station. It's not normal. It's inspiration from Sunini Nanini.
Let's fix for that. Okay, so the Temple of the Great Jaguar. Bear in mind, the movie Black Panther, right? A Black Panther is just a black jaguar.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
The representation of Japheth is just all over that movie.
Yeah. Yes. Wow. Let's go in some more. Pyramids
Okay, so
again.
yes, in Central America.
But it's the same pyramids. I can see the stair. The calculation for the stair with Pythagoras that came 1,000 years after is now claiming that he is the father of the theorem about the square and the hypotenuse. The square was with Japheth's children in East Africa. They were the builders, the master builders, the master craftsmen. Carving isn't that the same place? The obelisk they are cast?
Yep.
In stone. All of them fetch it from Africa. It's Japheth's work. And they claim now, this is corruption to the highest. They take the obelisk from Africa and then bring it into their land and then now connecting with it as though it is some special feature of theirs. They stole it from Japheth's land, Africa, and then wherever you see a pyramid, again, that's the mark of Japheth.
Yeah, and then the one here to the right, this is the same. This is the more of the city from the one before.
Okay.
Palenque. This is the yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a huge city.
Okay, and a temple city like so, like they built this edifice, and all the places around it was in support of what they were doing here. Now, and they now bring it out as though the Mayans come here now and start pulling out people's heart. Whoever come here after has turned this edifice into a pagan setting. That's what happened. But the original people here would not have built this for that kind of purpose. Anyhow, this is Central Africa. Pyramids, mark of Japheth.
Yeah, and Elder, the one on the left, the Great Pyramid of Chalul, that's a Catholic church on top of that
On top
hill,
of
but it's not a hill. All of that you see on this screen, on this picture, is the pyramid.
the pyramid. Yeah, you can see it. You can see the slopings on it.
Yeah,
You see,
yeah,
but in Africa, when they went on to the biblical locations in Africa, the Christianity did the same. They built churches and then named the church after the name of the location that they put it in. For example, you put a church near to the Mount Horeb, and then you say the Church of Horeb.
right. Mm-hmm.
I only name it because it's a biblical place. I named the church after a biblical place in the Bible. But this place named Horeb on the land before the Bible was doctored. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
and then you see the stone. You see the stone work right there.
Yes.
But all that, the pyramid, that top part, the pyramid is under all that vegetation.
Yeah. And you notice that the children of Shem, they were also builders in stone. The walls of Jerusalem in Zimbabwe that they
Oh
call
yes,
the same family building, different types of stone work. Let's go in some more. Where are we now? Still Central America?
Yeah, still Central America. Just ruins of other
temples
yeah,
of the pyramids.
the pyramids. Mm-hmm.
And this looks like a temple, TMPLO.
Yeah, all these are temples. Yeah, temples, city centers.
Wow.
I'm thinking the few pyramids, regardless of the number that's around the world, is just a remnant of what was actually there before.
Yeah, and some of it is covered over, like you said, in mounds, vegetation covered them up.
Right?
All of these might have been covered with vegetation and they strip it off now to expose it.
Right, yeah.
No?
Yeah.
But
Tourist
look
site.
at the one in the middle. Look at the one in the middle. Look how the sun is rising in the back of it there. Oh, wow. I think they were worshiping Sunini Nanini, and thanking him for the ability that he has given to them to build these structures on the earth that he has given them. And then Europe turned this thing into pagan worship. Oh, don't worry, these things, they used to pull out people's heart there. They used to pull their heart out. Maybe the people that came after were doing that. But these people here must have built these things as thanksgiving to Sunini Nanini for allowing them the privilege of being on his earth, on his land. Wow.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, the modern colonizer and invaders would have been the one that's doing all that sacrificial and slaughter.
Yeah, Sister Empress, don't forget there were the children of the fallen was over here as well with the giants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also to support that even further, before the giants started having that, those vision of what is to come, there is a verse that said in the same book of Giant that 200 angels sees 200 donkeys, 200 asses, 200 sheep and rams of the flock, 200 goats, 200 beasts of the field from every animal and from every bird for experiments in inbreeding with humans and all types of miscegenations.
Isn't that what the children doing now?
Yes.
Isn't that children of the same fallen ones doing this thing all the time?
Exactly.
Doing cloning, inbreeding. It's the same children doing it.
Yep.
Look at this. So here is Japheth putting his mark all on the earth. Wherever he went, he built these as evidence that we were here. We were here before anybody got here. When you get here, what you will see, you cannot replicate, and you will wonder. That's why Lucifer said, if you bow down and worship me, all of these things I will give you. Because he now made his children to take possession of the things that did not belong to him. Oh, wow. Wow, there's so much flowing in my mind right now. Let's go in some more. Where are we now?
North
We're in North
America.
America. And you're saying that this is a pyramid, yeah?
Right. They call them mounds instead of pyramids in North America. But the pyramid mounds, it's the same type of structure that we
So
see,
would you
but
like
it's
to
the same.
So King Natani, what I'm thinking, maybe because the outline of this, it looks as if maybe underneath all that
It's a pyramid.
actually be a period, just as Ella was saying earlier,
Hmm.
that they would have those pyramid that we can see visibly. They actually probably just clear it of all the
Right.
and plants and everything. This might,
They're way. But
yes,
these ones, they're not going to strip them because they know it's under there. They can see it with satellite. But if they strip this away, the people are going to connect the dots, you see? But we have connected it already. That is the same people in Egypt, Japheth's children, that moved to all these parts of the world and left the marker there in the form of pyramids. It's the same structure that they're
Same
building. They're building
structure.
it all the time. They're specialized. They're the master builders. Like I said last night, they got a compass and the square. Navigation and build. Navigate wherever you meet, build. Navigate wherever you meet, build. Every place you go, build. And build where you know to build. Pyramids. Wow. Let's go in some more.
And this is in Mississippi area here. In the southeast region of North America, you have all these mounds here in the green. These
All the
green,
greens have mounds or
yes,
pyramids.
on this side, yes,
Wow.
yeah, the
That's
pyramid
not
mound. Then you have the pictures here showing.
wow. Wow. And the ones at the bottom is the same mound again. You see, you can see that there's a pyramid structure. There's a structure to that.
Yes,
All of them there. All of them got their structure to it.
yeah, it says style and everything.
Wow. Wow. Let's go into more. So, I mean, in this little area of America, this is about 50, 60 of these things here.
Yeah, it could be. Let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. About 50 plus of these in this space here alone. That's serious. I wonder how they line up anyhow. So this is another one here. Canada now.
Right, Canada. Yeah, Canada. Pyramids in Canada.
And the word great is there again. Great mound. I've seen great, great, great coming through all the time.
You see the one at the bottom here says Serpent Mounds on
Oh.
Ontario, Canada.
So we need to investigate why they call it
yes.
serpent mound.
Mounds, Ontario, Canada. Well, that's a very cold place.
Place of the serpent, eh?
Mm-hmm. Manitou mounds, the Great Mounds.
Wow.
A lot of people talk about the American Indians, but they don't want to speak about the break off that occurred before they came here. The break off that occurred from the Syrians that crossed over through Canada and come into the Americas.
Oh.
Yes, the Native American Indians are actually descendants of the Syrians from Europe.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's where we get this. So they're Asian, Arab Asian.
Yes,
see?
they are.
That's why Europe and Asia got the same kind. All the other the strange DNAs other than E is within them.
Right.
There's a family mix-up.
Right, and that is why they have their DNA is the same as the Euro-Asian, the Euro-Arab, because they are actually a break off from the Syrians. Because when they were moving, you had some would settle in Canada, right, and then you have those that settled in the Americas, the the United States. But they were just dividing, like breaking off from their original pilgrimage from Europe in Syria.
Wow. Wow. So this is pyramids now in Europe, yeah? But this looking like several pyramids in the back there as well. The one in front, there's one at the back there. There's another one at the back there. Going back there, all that look like mounds. Look at them there. Wow.
Yes, and
And this is in Bosnia.
yes, it's being said that these haven't been confirmed as pyramids,
Okay.
but I mean it's just obvious when you look at yeah when you
Right.
look at it, it's like really
They just
I think
they don't
because of the vegetation, right?
right.
So we got to see them without vegetation to know it's pyramids.
to know it's
Right.
pyramid, right?
So we know that these one thing of vegetation. These is pyramids. So in Antarctica. These are pyramids for real in Antarctica.
Wow.
So there's no vegetation to hide these ones. The
Mm-mm.
vegetation is ice. So what are pyramids doing in Antarctica?
That's
This
a bit.
over there. Was Japheth there as well? Anywhere you see these pyramids, is Japheth enlarged himself in the earth. And it seems as though somebody was out to make sure that the memory of Japheth, son of Noah, black and brown people spread abroad in this earth, in every corner of the earth. Nobody must know that they were here. Let's make it look like we are here. So they got the Antarctic Treaty that Europe and signed between Europeans that they can occupy this place here. The final prison of the fallen angels.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
That is the one before the flood, before the fire. This is where they are. Look at pyramids. Look, there's a pyramid there. There's a pyramid there. Look, another one shaping up there. They got more. And then we come to Asia now.
Yes.
So Japheth comes to Asia. Let's see what he has done. Did he bring an Olmec statue as well and put it down here?
I know, right?
Did Japheth fetch an Olmec, or was he here building Olmecs too? He was saying, here we are again. You can't move us from here. We're leaving this to let you know. Is he building an obelisk in the corner there too?
I think he was being prophetic, he was being prophetic. He knew what was going to happen, so he make sure he left the stamp. Our stamp there. You leave it there.
So you can make the connection.
Yeah.
And when you know my cousins are going to come and they're going to make the connection for you.
Right.
So you can know that I was here. And Europe know that we're talking the truth. Now, these look like the walls of Great Zimbabwe. So these stonemasons from the continent are responsible for civilization around the world. Is this another one looking like a pyramid again? Where is this one?
Yeah, now that one, when I saw this one, I was like, wow.
This is
Burmese?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cambodia, Thailand.
Burmese temple. This is an Arab Asian people. So they didn't build this. This is a problem. They came and inherit. They saw this when they get there. This was there before them. None of them can recall which one of their ancestors built this. None. Cambodia. And then you got Kawakulan. Nok. Is that no again?
Khao Klon Nok in Thailand.
Thailand. So all of these are pyramids that none of these people here in their time, in their history, could really say that they were responsible for these things. Who was responsible? Japheth.
Yeah, this is South. That's South Asia. This is South Asia.
So this is Asia as against South America. Two similar pyramids. Look at it.
Yes.
This going up from the frontier, the one in Asia, and there's it going up from the west side on the in the South America. It is the same building.
The similarities tell you that it's the
But
work
this
of
is
one lineage.
these are skyscrapers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who was building like this? Who is influencing architecture
Wow.
like this today?
Someone with divine wisdom.
Yeah, and you had the square and the compass.
Mm.
The same two instrument that Abu Bakr Keter the second, following after Mansa, before Mansa Musa, when he left, he was a mariner. He had the compass and the square too. He's going following Japheth, going to do good bill. Let me just get off this continent. I'm not coming back. I'm going bill too. I'm following in the lineage of my cousin.
And then Elder, you see the one on the right. It has a lot of rooms.
Yeah.
It hasn't collapsed.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
There's
Except
nothing new
maybe at the
on
top.
the sun. Nothing new on the sun.
Wow. And then this is the origin. So
Yes.
it looks to me that this was the start. Because you see the development on those ones. If you're thinking in terms of architecture, right? But while those were being developed, the ability was still on the continent because we see some things like these now in the Sudan. So you have this in Egypt or in Japheth's mainland, and then we began to see the same pyramid structures all over the Sudan.
And Elder, if you go back to Sudan, these are the same shaped pyramids that was on the map that you were showing with Babylon, that right next to
Yes,
Egypt.
yes, yes. Wow. You know, I've been to Aswan, so I pull up some of the pyramids from Aswan, which is in the Sudan area. I will show you them just now. Let's go some more. This is Nebuchadnezzar. This is the builder, Nimrod. This is Nimrod. And that's why Europe wants you to believe that Nimrod was in Iraq, because they don't want you to connect this master craftsman who is walking in the lineage of Japheth. He's a child of Japheth through Cush, doing the same thing that Japheth has done all around the world. He had confidence. He said, let's go down and build a city with towers, because he knew that ability, he had it, and he can coordinate it because Japheth was building. That's why Nimrod was building. This is making sense. So they're trying to move Babylon now from Africa along the Nile to put him in, because they move Japheth, they want to move it to the Arab lands. What we're going to see. So this is Nimrod building here.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, one of the things you see introduced is the columns. Are you noticing them?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I can see it on the right side, top right. You can see the columns coming up there. And here comes the columns. And now they're saying Roman
Kiosk. Yeah, Roman kiosk in Naka, Nubia, Sudan, which we know to
Babylon.
be ancient Babylon.
Same place. So you got the columns now. They're stacking, rounding the blocks and stacking them on each other. This is still the children of Japheth building here. Same children. But now you notice that they're refining this architecture and making it like smaller.
And then
No, no,
come
no,
now we come
no,
full circle.
no, 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 no. No, these are made in Africa. All of these are made in Africa and shipped to Europe. Which is this one at the top right, top left?
That's the Washington Monument.
That stone was moved from Africa, and
Yeah,
then
there's
there
a
are
yeah.
another one at the Vatican that was moved from Africa. I went right up to that one there. So why are they fetching Japheth things around? Are they claiming to be the architects behind the builders behind these? It's not true. They've lied.
Mm.
And the one below the Vatican is,
That's London.
oh, this is here. This
Yes.
one is look like it got hieroglyphs on it as well. Like this one got plenty hieroglyphs on it as well. And the
Yeah.
one going bottom
That's
left, bottom
in Australia
Australia, and then top
and
right.
Asia. That's in Asia.
So they all take design and architecture from the same people that they want to demonize. The
Yes.
same people that they don't like is the same people that was builders in stone, builders in masonry, Freemasonry, masonry without cement. That they can put a razor blade thin between it when they finish doing it. That, that's the ability of the black people that they demonize. This is Uncle Japheth's work that they're trying to claim
Yes.
and presenting it in their land as though it's got a connection with it. When the reality is, he was in every single one of these lands building pyramids.
Yeah. And so yeah, this part here, Japheth in Asia, this a little just
The
showing a
picture.
little bit of what I shared with you the other day with um the 1900s. We have
Mhm.
pictures of black Asians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
believe, go ahead.
and I was going to. Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
I believe that the Great Wall of China was built by the children of Japheth, and the Chinese know that.
Of course.
I am
Mm.
almost sure that it
No
was
doubt
built
in
by
my mind.
the brown people. And that was all the marks that Japheth has left to let them know that Noah's children are the rightful heirs of every part on earth.
There was no space for them here.
They didn't belong here. They came lately, a product of the Neanderthals.
Yeah, they
And then,
call modern humans.
Modern
modern
humans.
human. And then they present themselves now as rulers and kings and leaders of what? Look what they have presided over, the destruction of civilization. That's what they've presided over. Oh, they're going to be angry, man. So now we're looking at people now. So we
Yeah.
look at building. We got Japheth. So this is a black man. Please don't tell me he's Chinese.
Asian. That's an Asian man.
This is a black man. You see? And there's a black man like the one that we saw in Ethiopia, riding
Yeah, I can't tell if that's a boy or a girl, but yeah, everyone in this picture is dark.
Wow.
And this is 1903, and this is Seoul.
This is, yeah, Korea. Wow. Tell me about these now.
Yeah, just more black Asians elder. Now this the one at the bottom with the camels.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's an old one as well. Goes back early 1900s. Two black boys.
And that's why
But they
they
look like they're in Asia.
Yeah, in Asia.
and
But
that
this
is why
man,
they look similar to the Khoisans.
yeah, yeah, this man look like a Kosa. So, oh wow.
And then Elder, if the one at the bottom with the kids, you see that structure in the back behind that wall?
Yeah, the architecture there. Mhm.
It looks similar to the Babylon,
The
right?
walls- Yeah, and it looked like the walls of Great Zimbabwe.
Yeah, see?
Wow. And she's not, this little Chinese girl is not afraid of this black man. This is
Hmm.
grandfather. This is her grandfather. Yeah, yeah. And just tell me about this
Yeah,
now.
but that was pretty much with the pyramids. So now we're going to Shem. So now he shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem. I was praying about that. I said, how is Japheth dwelling in the tents of Shem? And then it came to me. Looking at it from a big picture, Japheth was given the ability to be enlarged, to prosper in the earth through building, creating cities, leaving his marker with the pyramids and the obelisks and everything that has to do with Japheth, right? Well, what's our marker? What did Saninanini mark Shem and his descendants with?
He's going to worship.
Exactly. The
He's
most
going
worshiping people on the earth
Yes.
is
and
Shem.
the man said that today in the video. This Carlson man, somebody shared that video with me, and he said that. He said the ability to worship comes down in the DNA, and Europeans have learned how to turn off the spirit of worship. That thing that we like to do worship is in the DNA,
Hmm.
and they learn how to turn it on and turn it off. So that's why
Yes.
they can give a substitute for it. So now go on. So Shem, as a remnant, he is the worshiper. He likes to
Yes.
worship. So they substitute church now for him.
Exactly.
So the whatever they do to deceive Shem, they have to include that which is coded in his DNA to worship.
Right.
Here I am to worship. They give him church.
Right. We have to
Right.
worship something. We have to worship something.
Yeah. So just as they piggybacked on Yefet's prophecy concerning being master builders, they piggybacked on the prophecy concerning Shem as far as worship
Yeah, and being a remnant.
and being a remnant. Meaning that we were given stewardship over Saninanini's word
Right.
Yeah.
and his laws and the ways we are to live on the earth.
And
Right.
if Japheth goes astray, it is us that will bring him back to the path. Because
Exactly.
is that a reason why Jerusalem is named using Shem and Japheth?
Right.
Jerusalem is the Jebusite city, which is the lineage of Japheth, and Salem is the lineage of Shem, that was living in a place called Salem in the Native. So this is the combination of the two of them. So Shem will lead Japheth in worship. He's the one that's going to lead in worship to Sunini Nani. So now they substitute the worship of Sunini Nani with the worship of Lucifer. They
Right.
follow.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's correct.
They're going to be very angry that we see this.
Yeah, and so remember remember when Abram was visited by those two
Angels.
angels, right? They came to dwell with Abram.
Mm-hmm.
Abram went straightway and had Sarah to prepare a meal,
Them here. Mm-hmm.
right? And
It's very hospitable.
you see the hospitality, and then they went into worship.
Yeah.
And and talking about what Sunday Nani was going to be doing in the future.
Yeah, and they're telling it to Abraham. Shall I withhold anything? They said, shall I withhold this from Abraham? Because, we need to tell him what Sonini plans for the future. He needs to know it.
Yes.
Wow.
And so it's the same thing here with the church. You come in, you have churches that do feed you, and then
So they
they
use the church
you
as the
see,
means to deceive Shem. So Shem get caught, his deception is in the church.
right. And they
because
took
Let
oh
me see.
go ahead, Sister Empress.
because they have to make it similar to what we are accustomed to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's in the DNA?
Yes, to make it to for it to fully deceive us, it has to feel familiar.
Right.
And it's true. Because look how the children of Shem is quarreling now. You mean no Gentile will be saved? I want some of the Gentiles to be saved. Please let me save some Gentiles. This is how Shem's children through Abraham is behaving now. They're more concerned about the salvation of the Gentiles rather than the deception that the Gentiles has put us through. Look at the
Right.
corporate doing this business here. So now deception is a spirit.
Yes.
The spirit of deception is on them. So they use the church as the vehicle of deception. Christianity, the arm of Vatican enslavement. This is what they've done. Wow.
And the elder, before you go forward, this you know what this church represents,
Go on.
and all other churches alike. This is Japheth and Shem wrapped in one package by the deceivers.
Okay.
The Masons built the churches.
Okay.
The
The builders and the worshippers, lively stone, chief cornerstone, these are the words that they're using.
This is
The
their
stone that the
marker.
builders rejected. Hey. Go on.
And so a lot of churches you'll find if they have a monument in the front, and a lot of times they'll list the pastor and the deacons and the bishops on that monument, and a lot of them will have at the bottom a Freemasonry symbol with the compass, ruler and compass on it. Yeah, the square.
Yeah.
I mean, at the
Oh,
bottom.
wow. Oh, wow. So the combination here is Japheth and Shem in a lock.
Exactly.
They lock up the master builder and the worshipper in the church. That is a circus.
And elder, just as how we need the two stick of a Kobe to come together, the northern and the southern tribe, we also need the two stick of Shem and Japheth to come together.
Yeah. You know, Sinini said it. He said, "Are you not like the Ethiopians to me?" You remember that voice, Brother Tanya?
Yes, I remember it.
Yes.
He said, "You people of Kobe, are you not like them Ethiopians unto me?" So Europe come in and divide Shem and Japheth, separate them, tell them, kill out. So it is Mastema that was requesting that all the people must be killed. Kill them out, fight against each other. When you reduce your numbers, we will come and kill who left remaining. So Nini is good to us.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Good to us.
So
Just like
yeah, the Google Drive didn't pull the pictures in.
it's missing one.
Yes, it's missing the words.
Let me see if I escape, if it will come back. There is
Yes.
another one. Let me see if it's on the other one.
No, it's not showing up. Let's see. You think I can share, Elder?
Yeah, you can.
Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can share. Uh,
You see share, and
there
then
we
you
go.
see
You should see
don't share
present.
slide.
Yes. Let
Don't
me
share slide. Share screen.
Okay, yeah, I see it. Where it says share
Yes,
screen.
use
So,
the screen.
Elder, someone in the chat had said,
Okay, see
someone in the chat
share.
had said, Egypt in Shona means Egypti,
Okay, they're still on
and
the.
someone said Masar in Somalia is Jifete in Isikoso.
Uh-oh. See? Yep, it's
The
there.
verses are connected from dots
Did
there.
did something happen?
No, I was
Yeah,
just
we can hear you.
Oh, okay, here we go.
You should share.
I want to share
You're gonna see at the
this
top.
one.
You got to click on the screen that you want to share. Top right.
There we go.
Mhm.
Yeah, you see it?
No, we can't.
Do you see the slides?
Not yet.
no.
Strange. Hold on.
Would
Let me try it again.
would you see?
Let me tell you. Let me direct you.
Share
When you go to
screen.
share screen, right? You're gonna see two major places. If you share sound, bottom left, right? You hear me? Share sound, bottom left, and then go top right.
Yes.
Go to the top right and look to see which one of those screens is where you
Okay.
got your slide. It will show you, and then you click it, and then you just share.
Okay. Let's see. Share. Okay. Should be showing. It's there. It's just not showing anything.
Do you want to send me the file and I'll pull it
Oh,
up?
let me see. Let me see. Let me see. We're wrong. Right, we can see it.
Yeah.
We got it.
Okay. There we go.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right.
You
So
want
let
to
me
make a
go.
slide mode. Okay. Okay, go on.
Right.
You want to click the lady at the
Okay.
of
So
the
we
lady.
want. Let me scroll. Uh,
Keep going.
here we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, in this segment here, just wanted to share. Uh, this is Robertson Dickerson cousin, Black Indians or Black Natives and Freedmen, the African Methodist Episcopal Church and Indigenous Americans, 1816 through 1916. The author of this is Christina Dickerson cousin, and the reviewer of this is Elena E. Roberts. It has a picture of a church there. So this is an example of Japheth dwelling in the tents of Shem, right? In the house of worship.
Okay.
Christina Dickerson Cousins' long-awaited monograph length contribution to the field of Black Indian history. We know what Indian means. Dickerson Cousin argues that the African Methodist Episcopal Church played an important and previously unexplored role in proselytizing Native people in Indian Territory, part of the modern day state of Oklahoma, but also throughout the northern United States, seeking to continue its founding principle of diversity and bring people of Native and Afro-Native descent into its fold. This history is meaningful because many earlier exploitations of Christian religion within the five southeastern slave-owning tribes, the Cherokee, the Chickasaw, the Choctaw, Creek, and Seminole nations, have focused either on its part in the coerced assimilation of Native people with white missionaries who encouraged the adoption of Euro-American agricultural practices, dress, and cultural norms, or on native peoples' syncretistic mixing spiritual and cultural traditions with Christian teaching such as the experience of the Cherokee Kitoa band.
Okay. So
And so this is go ahead, Elder.
no, no, you go on. I'll talk after you. Go on.
Oh no, no, I was just gonna say this is just a snippet or small example of how we like, especially in North America, we have black churches all over North America, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as our people were building churches and creating churches in the past, a lot of natives came in to worship with the Bantu,
Mm.
but all this without realizing that who Shem is, are the majority of the black African Americans, and that a lot of and mostly the natives are Japheth.
Mm. And I'm reading here that the missionaries were kind of forcing them to come together because they knew that if they do, they will have them under bring them together as one in church. So they're making a new identity through the church so that they don't retain the identity of Shem being enlarged in the earth and Japheth being that worshipper. So they've been forced into a relationship via the white missionaries to encourage the adoption of
Right.
Euro
Right,
Asian life.
right.
But it's a
Anytime it's
isn't it?
it's yes, yes. Just like you said earlier. This is a prime example of Yafet and Shem coming together, but the European coming in to put it under a lock
Yeah, yeah,
with their Christian church.
yeah. The church is the lock, and
But
then
it's
once they stay in church,
right.
they
The
will
church is
never know the identity
the
again.
lock, but it's still not. It does not prevent prophecy.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, they use the prophecy to bring about what they want. I see what you're saying here. They're using the prophecy that Genesis chapter 9, verse 27, that Sonini Nanini shall enlarge Japheth, right? So how they write it in the Bible, he should enlarge Japheth, but we didn't get it that he gone all over building pyramids, that's his mark, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, meaning he will end up together with his brother because his brother going to want to worship, and Europe has built the church for his brother to worship, and he end up in the same place with his brother, not realizing that is his own brother.
Brother.
They kept the identity separate, so that today the Native American is thinking that he's a Cherokee Indian, and that
Yeah.
but the Bantu people, which is look exactly like you with the same nose and eye and lips and color and everything. He said, "No, you different to me. We're not the same family." But they're not going to do the DNA test because it's going to show that they're the same. How could the Cherokee Indian be the same with the Bantu? It is because
Right.
it is not out there. Dane Calloway hear it. Yeah. Let's progress.
Yeah.
We under
Yeah.
time. Mhm. Okay.
It's just this is just a picture I put up. Yafet was enlarged, Shem was scattered.
Oh, the red is Japheth stayed on the land and
Now,
Shem. Okay, the blue. Yes, Shem there.
yeah, this is just a random picture I chose
Okay.
just to give us a bigger picture of what happened with Yafet and Shem.
Mm-hmm.
Yafet being enlarged in the earth, right? But Shem scattered in the earth with Sanini Nanini's word, spreading Sanini Nanini's word throughout the earth.
You know, while you're talking, coming to me right now is the prodigal son. that Msindisi was teaching about. One went abroad and one stayed at home. Hey, that is gonna come later. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You got to control now, so yeah.
Yeah, so here we go. Tents in Africa. Yes. So we have tents in Africa, right?
This
The
year is
tents of Shem, right? It doesn't, and thing is, and it doesn't matter who built it. Now, concerning the tents of Shem, because every church, that exists on this earth,
as captured the children
without
of
them
Shem.
realizing it, they're talking about us.
Yep, they've captured the children of Shem. Every
Because
church got the children
all
of
the
Shem
families
inside.
of the earth, yes,
I see what you're saying the other
tents in
side.
North America,
And the conversation in the church is about the children of Shem.
yes.
Abraham, Issachar, Jacobi. They even
We're
claiming
talking
they have
about people on
ancestry.
the earth.
Wow.
Elder, we're the most talked about people on earth.
Wow. Every Sunday, every
In
Saturday,
our book
every
that
day they go in there, they're talking about Abraham, Issachar, and Jacobi.
they
We are important.
yes,
Wow.
and they have our scrolls. I think our scrolls are still, even though it's been plagiarized, our scrolls are still the #1 bestseller, right?
Yep. Yep. They're still talking about us. They're still reading our scrolls. And they say, we don't like you, but we'll read your story. We're going to make your story our story. Wow.
Elder.
Right.
Okay. So I used to hear this story growing up that you used to have like on stage performing, you'll have a European performing. However, because they didn't have that gift of
Rhythm.
music, behind the curtain would be a Bantu that's actually singing while the world believed that it's this individual on stage that's performing while it was a Bantu. It's the same thing with our scrolls on our
Yeah.
words. It's there, it's ours, but it's just packaged as if it belongs to someone else.
European. Yes. So they repackage our identity, they
Yes.
repackage our scrolls, they repackage our worship.
Yes.
They don't like us, but they can't do without us. Is that what happened to them? They're
Yeah.
trapped. They're trapped by their own actions. Like I always say, King James plagiarized a scroll, but what he wrote inside is his own judgment. They're trapped. Every Sunday they're talking about the Bantu, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Every Sunday they talk about him. They build buildings to trap him, but yet they turn around and singing about him. Hey. So Nini is good. So it's for us to wake up and realize this story. And the whole thing is about us.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
about Japheth and Shem, and it's about the children of Jacobi being worshipped around the world, but we don't know that it's us. Hey,
That's all it takes. It just takes for us to wake up. That's about it.
Yeah.
let's keep going.
If Noah, Japheth, and Shem were shaped. They were worshiping the same Sanina Nini.
Of course, and
Yes.
Nimrod did it as well.
You see? Yes.
But he
Yes.
departed.
So these are churches in Canada. You see these are some churches in Canada.
Mhm.
You see how it's flipped, right?
Pyramids. You see the
You
pyramid
see
at
how
the
it's
top
flipped.
there? Yep.
You see how it's flipped now. First we was talking about the pyramids, right? Being the earth. And now is we're on the other
It's a
side where we
church.
have churches all over the earth.
Yeah,
J, right, Shem and Yafet repackaged.
yeah, yep, yep.
This here's Europe.
They're talking about the God of Abraham, Isaac,
This
and
in
Jacob.
Europe.
Again. Yeah, and they try to build these buildings
Yep.
like how they used to be, the columns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now these here in South America, nice architecture in South America. Tents in Asia. This is the African Catholic community
In
of
Japan.
Japan. Yeah.
They must be saying Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob too. They must be saying Jacob. They have to be saying Jacob. Oh wow.
Yeah. Australia.
Wow. They're still doing Jacob over here too.
Yeah.
They're probably singing Father Abraham too.
And we look even in Antarctica.
Yeah. They built it over there as well.
So Elder, what did Messini say? Uh, this good will go to
Wow.
this
This
good
is
spell will go to the four corners of the earth.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
literally has gone to the four corners of the earth.
Yeah. The story of Japheth, the story of Shem through Abraham, Issachar, and Jacobi. They must mention him in every space that they're there. They're talking about our ancestors.
Yep.
Someone do it on Sunday, someone do it on Monday, someone do it on wherever, Saturday, wherever they're doing it, they're calling on the Father. They recognize, they just didn't know who.
That right. That
As he said to the woman of the well, you
that's the
worship, you
key.
know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Bantu. Now they're gonna become angry at this now.
Yeah. That was the last. Was the last one,
Well,
Elder.
this is great.
But yeah.
This is great. This is so great. This is glorious. Wow. There has to be a part 3 later down the road because like I said to you, I've been picking up some things on these places like Aswan, and I've been holding them there waiting because there's some depths that we need to go into.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you can see them here right now.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is Egypt, right? And this is America repeating the pyramids. See, all of these. This is Japheth's work. This is Japheth's carving.
Yes.
This is what he's done. Look, Mexico is the same person building all the pyramids around the world. And then this building here, we see him in Petra. And this is his Smithsonian and the pyramids. See? These are the ones there that we talk about. Anyhow, we can't go further tonight, but we're going to prepare to repeat some of this, especially when we look into the obelisks and the location of where they were constructed. We get to see some more of the work of Japheth, the master builder. around the world, the children of Japheth, building around the world, and their cousins, the children of Shem, they are right here today. And I like the thought that they talk about us every day. Every time they go to church, they're talking about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Satan must be angry. So now he's being flushed out, and they're coming out openly to worship Lucifer. Hallelujah. I want to thank you, Brother Nathaniel. Thank you, Sister Empress, and the Scribe Group in general for all that they have done. This is a day of transformation for so many people. So many will use this to teach and for all that they have done. This is a day of transformation for so many people. Yeah, just close the mic. Yeah, this is a day when a lot of people will look back at this video and say, I didn't know that this happened. So these pyramids were built by the sons of Noah. That's their mark. And when they worship every Sunday, they call in on this man in the name of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is Bantu people's story that Europe is repeating. Hallelujah. I'm going to have to end the show at this point. I want to thank you again for coming. May the Most High Sunini Nanini continue to watch over us. What a night. What a night. The revelation of Japheth, the master builder around the world, and he left something that cannot be removed. Like the stone that fell in Grootfontein in Namibia, at Horba, so these pyramids are there, sitting as testimony to the work of Japheth, son of Noah, black and brown people around the world. And all them churches that they go around and build now to lock us up in, we're singing ourselves out of it. We're praising ourselves out of it as we wake up and realize that Sunini Nanini Samandla, the mighty one of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is our ancestor. We thank the Father tonight. And thank you for coming.
Black Education TV, waking up the Bantus from sea to sea. Black Education.
Okay, this is Black. Sorry about that. Where we're stepping back from the brink towards a more meaningful future. What our theme verse being, thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. So if your ancestors were scattered via the transatlantic slave trade or the Mohammedan Arabic Islamic slave trade, then you are the children of Almighty Sunini Nanini Samandla, the mighty one of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Oh yes, Black history. The study of the Bible is Black history. And so you're welcome tonight. Welcome to the show. Welcome. Share the link to everyone. And let somebody know tonight that you are connected to the show. We give him all the praise. We give him all the glory. We give him all the honor because he is due all the praise and all the honor. Oh yes, share the link and text a friend. And after the show, make sure you follow us on all the channels. It is on Telegram Live. It is YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and the recording is uploaded on Bantu. You are welcome tonight to the show. All praises to Almighty Sunini Nanini Samandla. We give him all the praise and all the glory.
Waking up the Bantus from sea to sea. Black Education TV. Waking up the Bantus from sea to sea. Black Education